Are you stuck in an e-commerce scaling plateau? You've been working hard to grow your business, but you've hit a wall. You're not sure what to do to take this business to the next level. My name is Ecommerce, and I've been in the e-commerce industry for over 10 years. I wanted to share with you my knowledge on how to break through one of these plateaus. In this video, you will learn how to identify the reason why your business is plateauing, the right time to push through a plateau, the most common reasons why e-commerce businesses hit a scaling plateau, specific strategies on how to overcome these, and then some real life examples of how e-commerce businesses out there have been able to break through these plateaus. This video is going to be a cracker. It's definitely on the longer end of my videos, but it's full of great info, and I've broken it down into chapters so that if you do want to skip ahead, the chapters are there, skip through to whatever you're currently struggling with or want to know more about. Also, if you're more of a reader, I've got a PDF below. You can click it, download it, it's just a Google Doc, and it's going to cover everything I cover off in this video, and it's the sheet that I use when someone is stuck. For those of you that don't know, what is an e-commerce scaling plateau? An e-commerce scaling plateau refers to the point where your sales start slowing down, stagnating, or stopping completely. So you're no longer growing, you're trying to push past a certain point. You're used to growing and growing fast, and then all of a sudden this growth really slows down or completely stops. So how can you identify if you are actually in a plateau or not in a plateau? Scaling plateaus can appear in various ways. The first is obviously the most common one, and it's stagnant or fluctuating sales. If your sales figures have remained relatively stable or have fluctuated over an extended period of time, it could indicate that your business is in a plateau. If you haven't really grown and your sales have stayed exactly the same and previously you were growing quickly, you're probably in a plateau. The next one is slowing customer acquisition. The rate at which you're acquiring new customers has really slowed down, making it a challenge to expand your customer base. If you've got less customers, you're obviously going to be making less sales. This could be a sign that your marketing strategies need a refresh or need to be looked at. The next is diminishing returns on marketing efforts, which builds on that previous one. Your marketing campaigns, ads, which previously gave you really good results, are no longer driving the same level of engagement, conversions, or return on ad spend. The fourth reason is a lack of traffic growth. Your traffic growth has hit a plateau or is declining. This obviously indicates an issue with your online visibility and your marketing efforts. So if you're not getting as much traffic, you're probably not going to be growing. Flat conversion rates is another one. If your conversion rates have remained steady or have started to decline, it could indicate that your website has an issue, your product offerings aren't resonating with your target audience, and things of that nature. The sixth is limited product line impact. If you're not introducing new products or variations, or not introducing new things into your business to give you a boost in your sales and your customer engagement, then this could be a reason for you plateauing. The seventh is price and value perception. If your pricing strategy doesn't align with customer expectations or perceived value of the product, it's going to impact your sales and your growth potential. The eighth reason is high cart abandonment rates. A sudden increase in cart abandonment rates or changes to them, or you've kind of just hit a wall with cart abandonment, might mean that you've got too much friction in your checkout process or in your customer journey, or a disconnect between customer expectations and the shopping experience. Number 9 is declining customer engagement. So reduced interactions on social media, fewer product reviews, and decreased customer engagement across the various touch points could signal a loss of interest from your audience. Number 10 is a lack of innovation. Your business has become stagnant in terms of product development, user experience, or marketing strategies. So you're failing to keep up with the evolving industry, which in e-commerce changes really, really quickly, as do customer preferences. Number 11 is operational struggles. As your business grows, operational inefficiencies become more apparent, leading to delays in order fulfillment, customer service challenges, and increases in customer complaints. Number 12 is saturated market share. You've captured a significant portion of your target market, and further growth within that market seems difficult without expansion or innovation. Number 13 is a decline in customer retention. A decrease in customer loyalty and repeat purchases could indicate that your products or customer service are no longer meeting expectations. Number 14 are macroeconomic factors, which are really hard to control. External economic conditions such as recessions, economic downturns can affect consumer spending and impact your business growth trajectory. Financial constraints can also be a big factor. So you've got limited resources. If you've got limited cash flow, this can hinder your ability to invest in marketing, product development, and operational improvements when necessary. To overcome an e-commerce scaling plateau, it's essential to closely monitor all of the above indicators, analyze your business data, gather customer feedback, and proactively seek opportunities for improvement. By identifying the signs early, you can develop and implement strategies to revitalize your e-commerce business and reignite growth. One thing that I really like for you to consider is, should you actually push through an e-commerce scaling plateau? Because it's actually not always the best option for people. So while the goal is often to break through and continue growing, there are situations where pushing too aggressively might not be suitable or sustainable for you. Here are some factors to consider. Firstly, assess the causes. You really need to understand why it's there and what's causing it. If it's due to something temporary like seasonality or a specific market trend, it might make sense to wait rather than to force it. On the other hand, if the plateau is a result of structural issues such as operational inefficiencies, saturated market, addressing these issues should be a priority before attempting a breakthrough. The second is resource availability. Aggressively pushing through a plateau requires additional resources, including financial investments, manpower, and time. Evaluate whether your business has the capacity to actually push through. Number 3 is the customer experience. So rapid growth can strain your ability to maintain high quality customer experience. It might be better to focus on improving operational efficiency and service quality before pushing for aggressive growth. The next thing to consider is sustainability. Consider whether the strategies you plan to implement to break through the plateau are sustainable in the long term. So growth for the sake of growth isn't always beneficial if that leads to instability or compromises your brand's integrity. Number 5, market readiness. Ensure that the market is ready for your expansion. Pushing too aggressively into new markets or product lines without proper research and preparation could lead to failure. Number 6 is the competitive landscape. Analyze your competition and their growth strategies. If your competitors are also experiencing plateaus, it might be a sign that the broader market is actually slowing and it's not just you. Number 7 is customer loyalty. Prioritize building strong relationships with your existing customer base. Pushing through a plateau should not come at the cost of neglecting loyal customers in favor of new customer acquisitions. This can also be quite costly if you focus on this. Long-term vision. So consider your long-term vision for the business. Breaking through a plateau might align with your overall goals, but it may not. Ensure that it's part of a well-defined strategy before taking that decision. While it might be desirable to break through a plateau, it may not always be suitable for everyone, and you need to do it with careful consideration. Take the time to assess where you're at and see whether it's going to fit into your plan. How to push through an e-commerce plateau. Overcoming the issues requires a combination of planning, thoughtful execution, and commitment to continuous improvement. It's an ongoing exercise. Here's how you can address the common reasons I spoke about above. If you do need to listen to them again, just feel free to go back into the video. If you're experiencing stagnant or fluctuating sales, I want you to conduct a thorough analysis of your sales data to identify any patterns or trends there. I want you to launch targeted promotions or limited time offers with incentives to incentivize people to purchase. This might be a discount, free shipping. Also implement a customer feedback system to identify areas for improvement and address customer concerns. How to address slowing customer acquisition. So I want you to expand your marketing efforts. I want you to try a new channel, refresh your creative on the platforms. Develop some targeted campaigns aimed at some specific customer segments within whatever you're selling. You can also try collaborating with some influencers to extend your reach, say on Instagram or TikTok. If you're experiencing diminishing returns on marketing efforts, what you can do is refine your marketing strategies based on the data analysis that you did earlier and the customer feedback that you've been collecting. Experiment with new marketing tactics and creative approaches to capture attention. Focus on content marketing, which can be a really good way to provide value and engage with your target audience, particularly if you are in a really passionate niche. If you've got a lack of traffic growth, optimize your website for SEO. Make sure you're also focusing on SEO. Invest some more money into your paid advertising to drive more targeted traffic. And you can also try and collaborate with other brands or influencers for cross promotion. But in terms of the paid traffic, definitely if you've hit a plateau, quite often what I find is that people stop spending more on ads and then just expect to make more money. Over time, cost per acquisition goes up, particularly the more and more you spend and the more you saturate the market and the more competition that comes. So over time, you do need to invest more into paid ads, which then you also want to focus on things like SEO and email marketing and all the other areas that you can do to make the most of your ad spend. The next thing is obviously if your conversion rates are flat or falling, you want to do some A/B testing and identify which part of your website can be improved. So from things like a Google Ads point of view, you can enhance your product descriptions, your images, get some more reviews on your page to build trust and encourage those conversions. Remove all the complexity and simplify your checkout process to reduce friction and reduce abandoned carts. Limited product line impact. So what I mean by that is you haven't introduced anything new to your business for quite some time. Introduce a new product. It could just be a new color, a new variation of what you've got, or something complementary that might align with your customer preferences. It needs to be relevant to your customer. You could also try some bundles and create value sets that could increase the perceived value. So maybe you're selling multiple different items, bundle them together and create a specific bundle to sell to customers. Also try better highlighting what is unique or the unique selling features and benefits of each product to increase their appeal to people. The next thing is pricing and value perception. You might need to look at your pricing strategy based on the market research that you're going to do and looking at your competitors, so doing some competitor analysis. Clearly communicate on your marketing efforts and on your product pages the value and benefits of your products to justify the price. Your marketing and your page and all your material needs to justify the price. If you're selling something at a premium price point and everything is really vanilla and basic and not screaming premium, then obviously you're going to have a gap between what people think the product is worth and what you're charging. You could also try offering tiered pricing options to cater to different customer segments as well. You could even duplicate it, test it at a different price point. If you're experiencing high cart abandonments, as we said earlier when it came to conversion rate optimization, optimize your checkout process for simplicity and clarity. You could try implementing some exit intent pop-ups with special offers to incentivize people to complete their purchase. You can send abandoned cart reminders, remarket to people. These are the sort of things you want to focus on if your cart abandonment gets out of control. Number 9 is declining customer engagement. So increase your social media presence and actively engage with your followers. Launch interactive content, quizzes, polls, even contests and giveaways to boost engagement with your brand. And then respond really quickly to your customer inquiries and feedback across all the different channels. Number 10 is if you've got a lack of innovation, try and stay updated on industry trends within e-commerce and your niche and continuously seek opportunities for product innovation. Encourage a culture of innovation within your team and solicit creative ideas out of people. You need to inspire people to generate these great ideas for you. And you can also do this by collaborating with suppliers, designers, or manufacturers or the people you buy your products from. Number 11, guys, is operational struggles. So make sure you invest in software and tools that streamline the processes that you conduct in your business. Make sure you have SOPs and optimize your supply chain as much as possible to minimize delays. If you need to, you might need to hire additional staff or outsource certain tasks to alleviate these bottlenecks. Number 12 is the saturated market share issue. Research and expand into new geographic markets or demographics. So if you're only targeting a particular age group, expand that out and target some other age groups or different countries and things of that nature. You can also try exploring partnerships again here or collaborations to try and get exposure in other areas that you may not have in the past. And you can also develop new products that cater to emerging trends or niches within your industry. Number 13 is declining customer retention. Implement a customer loyalty program can really help with this, with rewards and incentives for repeat purchases. We also want to regularly communicate with existing customers through email newsletters and personalized offers. Make sure you seek feedback from churn customers to identify areas for improvement. Number 14, and probably the hardest one to have any impact on, is macroeconomic factors, which a lot of people are experiencing at the moment. You want to diversify your product range to cater to different customer needs and budget ranges depending on the economy. So offer flexible payment options and things like Afterpay and other buy now, pay later or installment plans to accommodate changing economic conditions. Monitor economic trends and adjust your marketing strategies accordingly. Maybe you start to focus on your lower priced items. It's just an idea. You're going to have to try new things when macroeconomic factors are impacting your business. Number 15 is financial constraints. Prioritize investments in high impact areas such as marketing and customer experience. Explore financing options like crowdfunding, go to banks and other areas or partnerships to secure additional funding. Focus on cost cutting if you need to as well. Remember that overcoming a plateau can be hard, but you need to identify the reason and then try things to alleviate whatever's happening. You won't always have the correct answer and the first thing you do may not work, but But as long as you're regularly reviewing these things, you can definitely stay on top of it. And when you do encounter them, you've got this list of things here that you can look at. Am I experiencing this? Yes or no? And you can go through and with the reasons that I've given you, start digging more into it, and then you can find a way to bust through this plateau. I'm gonna just tell you some really bigger businesses that have done really well to break through some plateaus. Away is a luggage company. It's a luggage company that started out as a small Kickstarter campaign, and in just a few years, they grew to over $100 million in annual revenue. How did they do this? They focused on high quality products, guys. They focused on excellent customer service and a strong brand identity. Away was able to break through their scaling plateau by focusing on the following. They invested heavily in marketing, particularly social media marketing, and they partnered up with influencers that resonated with their audience and were able to promote their products, right? And this was really successful for them. Away was also able to expand their product line, and they included more luggage accessories such as packing cubes and garment bags. So they had added complementary products. They also started selling a line of travel apparel. They then got into other channels of distribution. A lot of people forget that there are so many avenues for distribution of your products. If you're an online business and you have the ability to open a retail store. Away opened a number of retail stores in major cities around the world. This gave them a physical presence in front of more customers. So Away is just one example. I will do many more videos that will have more examples of businesses busting through. And in the PDF guide, I actually have more examples of other businesses. I will include some of my client results in this PDF over time as well. Breaking through an e-commerce scaling plateau is not easy, but it is possible. You will encounter one at some point. It's just inevitable. But by following the strategies in this guide, you can identify the reasons why your business is plateauing and then develop some strategies on how to overcome it. With hard work and dedication, I'm really confident that you're going to be able to break through plateaus and you're going to be able to take your business to the next level. So thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you in the next video.